an apparition. Seems I made the right decision. Try to turn back now, it might be too late. And it's up till the morning, then back again. Same old day, same situation. Happiness is back, as if to say, I wanna stay home today. Don't wanna go out. If anyone comes to play, gonna get thrown out. I wanna stay home today. Don't want no company, no way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Simple life's my cup of tea. I don't need nobody but me. What I wouldn't give just to be left alone. I wanna be a millionaire someday, but know what it feels like to give it away. Watch me march to the beat of my own drum, and it's over and over and over again. Same old day, same situation. My happiness is back, as if to say, I wanna stay home today. Don't wanna go out. If anyone comes my way, gonna get thrown out. I wanna stay home today. Don't want no company, no way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rain, rain every day now. Everyone just stay away now. Come another I wanna stay home today. Don't wanna go out. If anyone comes to play, gonna get thrown out. I wanna stay home today. Don't want no company, no way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna stay home. Don't wanna go out. If anyone comes my way, gonna get thrown out. I wanna stay home today. Don't want no company, no way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello everyone, and hello. Let me get some chill beats to put in the background. Get that lo-fi. Get that lo-hi beat bops to study to. Let's see. There we go. Is it picking that up good? Alright, I think this should be fine. Wow. It is time. Thank you, Anad Maki, for that vum.ngo freaking thing. Let's get right started, man. It's been, I know I didn't do any discussions last month, but last month I was extremely busy, and I'm still very busy now, you know. I'm gonna make like another like January life update video at some point. It snowed today. And fortunately, I have off all this week, which is one of the reasons why I'm even doing this discussion right now to begin with. But the snow kind of threw all my plans out of whack, and that kind of sucks, but at least I don't have to worry about trying to get through the snow to get to work. And it's been a long time. I've lived in Central Virginia basically all my life, so this is the first winter I'm living up here in Northern Virginia. So I haven't seen a snow like this in like years. It's absolutely mental, and it happened so fast. Like, it was warm yesterday. It was pretty decently warm yesterday, and now it's freezing and everything's covered with snow. It's amazing how that happens. Anyway, we're here to talk about Shrek. And what a movie. What can you even say? I don't even feel good about saying what can you even say, cuz that's been said a billion times. This movie has like over 20 years of people saying things about it, you know? And it was in production even longer than that. I think it started production in 1995. But here we are in 2022. 2022. Like 28, 26 years after this movie came out, and we're still talking about it. Or not 26 years, 26 years after this movie started production, and we're still talking about it. It's such a phenomenon, this entire franchise, and it all started with this one movie that just completely obliterated the preconceived notion of what an animated movie had to be. This movie is one of the most important animated movies ever made, and I'm gonna stand by that. Is Shrek dead? Shrek was disintegrated by Thanos? What? Oh my gosh. Is Shrek 5 canceled? Due to continued debate about whether or not the 5th installment in the franchise should be a reboot, a sequel, a remake, or a live action film? Oh, please don't. Shrek 5 was almost canceled entirely. Luckily, its creators had enough storylines and conflict characters across 5. Shrek was complete the franchise. I kind of feel bad about going to Screen Rant because they're kind of clickbait. I'll say this. There's no reason that there should be a Shrek 5. The original DreamWorks team couldn't come up with a good enough story. You should just leave it. You had 3 solid Shrek movies and 1 movie that was decent, had a good story, but it was really, really unfunny because it was made by a whole new team, basically. Just leave it. You guys got Puss in Boots out of it, which was a really good movie. I'm actually looking forward to reviewing that one at some point. But this first Shrek movie, it just, the 3D in it was just good. It's serviceable. It's there, you know. There's some, unless you're looking for it, which I've seen so many 3D movies, so when something doesn't look right, it just sticks out to me. But for like the average normie, you're not gonna notice the cracks in the veneer. Look at this. Yeah, that's my face when Shrek reboot. This movie still holds up really well. There's just some good 3D shots. I like the shot with the Robin Hood's holding his dagger out towards Shrek, and they do the dolly zoom thing with the background just away from him. You have the shots overlooking the lava lake. It just lends itself so well to the 3D format. And the way that it's shot just holds up a lot. Wow, I like how you look up Ogre. And Shrek isn't even the first one. Brogan. I guess he is kind of a Thanos looking guy. Shrekios. Ogreos. I want to get me some Ogreos. As much fun as this universe is, maybe they should just leave it the rest. Let's talk about Shrek 3D. So Shrek 3D wasn't actually the first Shrek 3D. Shrek 3D, the Ghosts of Lord Farquaad was actually the first one. That came out in 2003. It was a 4D ride, which I've never ridden and I probably never will be able to. Is this, no. Oh wow, that is the anaglyph for it. There's no audio. Oh no, there is. It would be nice to be able to get this Shrek movie in 3D. Or on 3D Blu-ray. It would have been cool if this actually came as an extra. Yeah, this isn't. Okay, this is. Oh no, this is actually Shrek 3D. It would be nice to be able to get like a high definition version of this, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen. It's also interesting that this was originally supposed to be Shrek 2. I wonder if this is still canon. I wonder if Shrek 3D is canon to the Shrek franchise. Probably not, right? Waiting Distractoid. Hey, their issues were not rendered in 3D. They were converted to live action. Oh, really? I was completely wrong. Well, I'll say you guys did really, really good. It was so good that I didn't even realize it was post-converted. That's insane, having to convert that. That's... Alright, that would explain a lot. Thanks for showing up, Whiskey Mystery. I was completely wrong the whole time. I'm gonna have to go back and re-edit everything. Actually, no, I don't really bring up the conversion process again. But Shrek Forever After, that was definitely rendered in 3D. I still have the case for Forever After. What's in there? Oh, it's just the DVD. Now, I've talked about it a little bit, but you can buy all of these movies separately. You don't have to buy it in this collection. This collection just makes it really convenient. It takes up less shelf space, and it just looks really nice. Look at them, they're holding a big old 3D there. I mean, I don't know why I didn't just get it from the start. When I got it, I originally just had the first Shrek movie, then I bought Shrek Forever After, because I really liked that. And then, after I bought those two, I'm like, I probably should have just bought the whole collection. It would literally have been cheaper to do that than to buy everything separately. And then I ended up just doing that. And I gave my original Shrek 3D disc to an old roommate. I was like, you can just have it. Hopefully it plays in 2D Blu-ray players, because if not, it's not gonna work for him. I know some 3D movies will just play the 2D version if you don't have a 3D TV. Yeah, it would have been amazing if we got the Shrek Ghost of Lord Farquaad as like an extra on the DVD, on the Blu-ray. I don't know if like 3D Blu-rays take up more space on the Blu-ray disc than regular 2D Blu-rays. Legend 3D did the work. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that, because you said DreamWorks, like, they rendered the elements separately on different layers and then they composite them in post. But I think you said Pixar and Disney render everything like all together in one scene. So I believe they were actually able to go back in and just re-render everything. I do have a few. Let me pull it up. These are two of my earliest 3D Blu-rays. Pixar had was compositing early. Yeah, hold up. Actually, I have quite a few of the redone stuff, and I believe a lot of their movies that they re-rendered, they didn't release them. I feel like some of them got extremely limited releases. I know Ratatouille had to have gotten a re-release because I've seen that in 3D on some websites. I believe WALL-E got an extremely limited 3D re-release in Japan. I believe the first Cars got a 3D re-release. Apparently, I read way back in the day before The Incredibles 2 came out that the first Incredibles was going to get a 3D re-release, and then they didn't end up doing that. But I remember reading an interview where they said that they re-rendered all of their movies in 3D just in case they wanted to release them. And I'm like, hey, I'll buy them. Just sell them to me. I'll buy the 3D re-releases of your movies. I'd love to have them. But I have these. I had to get Finding Nemo, of course. Finding Nemo is my favorite movie. And Toy Story 1 and 2 are also really novel to have in 3D. And I got those because I got Toy Story 3, and I still need to pick up Toy Story 4 in 3D so I can just have that whole collection there. It's just really interesting how gung ho and but the great thing about having all this stuff as part of like a digital file you can go back and re-render is that you can just go back and re-render it in 3D at any time. I don't know, it's the technology we have now, we can literally do whatever we want. We can make whatever movie we want, we can present it in any way that we want. The world's just wide open for all of that. But Shrek was a really, really good idea for a conversion. That was brilliant. Lends itself so well, there's so much action, there's so many different set pieces, and it's all just very well defined and designed. It's like it's the perfect storm. This movie's just the perfect storm, and even though it wasn't originally released in 3D, like everything about it is just like perfect. And then even way after the fact, the 3D ends up working really well for it as too. It's like, yeah, of course. Why not? Like everything about it just works. I remember I read an article or some interview sometime that they like just in case they re-rendered all of them and they just have them sitting in the backlog somewhere. I would like to get them though. I bet Wally would be really good 3D. Wally, Up. I have Up. Of course, that was their first 3D movie. I really like Up in 3D. It's one of the best 3D movies ever made, IMO. It's definitely one of Pixar's best 3D. There's so many movies I want to review. It's just kind of like I've gotten into this thing where I have themed months. Like I did the horror themed month and then the Christmas movie themed month. This month is Shrek month. And fortunately there's only 4 Shrek movies, so it kind of works. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I think I said something about a superhero month next month. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Actually, if next month only has 3 weeks in it. Because it is February. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it has 4 Mondays. Never mind. I want to do the Kung Fu Panda series. Because the Kung Fu Panda movies in 3D are fantastic. Kung Fu Panda. And I might end up reviewing Puss in Boots when I do that as well. Or I'll throw Madagascar 3 in there. If you're still there, Phil, I was wondering, since 3D movies were coming out like starting in 2004, you said you worked at DreamWorks for a little bit before they did Monsters vs. Aliens. Did they ever have any plans to make any 3D movies before Monsters vs. Aliens, or was that the first one? Because Shrek the Third came out in 2007. And there had already been several 3D releases, high-profile 3D releases before that. Kung Fu Panda also converted. Dude, they did such a good job on the Kung Fu Panda movies. They're like flawless. The 3D works so well. A lot of DreamWorks movies just lend themselves really well to the format. It's like the whole time, just subconsciously, even before they started making them like that intentionally, it just all worked very well. But yeah, let's see. I believe after it was Shrek the Third, then Over the Hedge, B movie. Actually, Over the Hedge was before Shrek the Third. You had B movie, Madagascar 2. Oh, really? They did do some 3D tests. That's very interesting. That's wild. Do you remember what scenes specifically? Are you allowed to talk about all that? Willem Dries supervised the original KFP 3D. Dang. Shrek the Third. I think lends itself to being a very good 3D movie as well. They have a lot of different locations. They have some cool action set pieces. And I wonder subconsciously, because there are a lot of swords that get thrust out of the screen. I remember specifically at the end of the movie, there's a point where, no, there's 2 points. There's one at the beginning where Prince Charming has like his sword's all bent and he like thrusts it out at the audience. And then at the climax where he has like a regular actual sword and he thrusts it towards, I think Arthur. Arthur's talking and he's like, "Stop listening to them, you idiots." And flushed away. Really? Wow, that's incredible. I had no idea Flushed Away. Flushed Away would have been a good 3D one as well. Oh, especially the scene where they shoot up out of the sewer and they're flying over top of London. I believe they're in London. They're flying over top of London. That in 3D would have been amazing. B-Movie is almost the first 3D project. Dude, B-Movie in 3D. That would have been that would have been great. I haven't seen it in such a long time. I can think there would have been some pretty cool scenes for that to be in 3D. What about Madagascar 2? Because that was the one that came out right before Monsters vs. Aliens, I believe. What is Shrek's full name? Oh, Fright Terror. Let's see. DreamWorks had almost always done some 3D tests in the background and said a whole 3D sequence shown in IMAX. Really? So the whole time Jeffrey Katzenberg was like, he was just waiting for the right time to do it then. Then he saw Polar Express and he was like, alright, now it's time. It's time. That's incredible. I had no idea Ants had a 3D sequence. Now, was it only the CG movies that they did tests on, or did they ever like attempt to do 3D conversions on their traditionally animated stuff? I bet Road to El Dorado would have some cool 3D stuff, and The Prince of Egypt in 3D would be really amazing. I haven't even seen Sinbad. Oh, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, whatever. That would be cool. Especially the canyon jump at the end of the movie. That in 3D. Mad 2. I am Blake on Mad 2. Let's see. So, do you know what, like, kind of scared them off from actually committing to making any of these movies in 3D? Were they just like, oh, it's not the time, or were they still trying to, like, get their bearings? Because if they started doing, like, 3D tests on Flushed Away, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies that they could potentially be doing tests on before they actually decided to go ahead and do that. I know. Yeah, waiting for the distribution. Oh, I got you. Older traditional animations did not make. Yeah, I know. It kind of, even though I think they're looked back on very fondly, they didn't. Especially the late 90s / early 2000s was really bad for 2D animated movies, even though they were incredible. There's one movie that I think would be one of the most phenomenal 3D conversions of all time if they did it, and that would be Treasure Planet. If I could get any movie converted into 3D, like a perfect, spot-on conversion, it would be Treasure Planet. Like, you just think about it, just how big they can make the space look, especially when that kid's looking at the hologram book, that the ship could like come up out of the screen. Perfect. Only IMAX is. So when Ants got released, did it Was the 3D stuff only like tested in IMAX, or did it get an IMAX release with like a special 3D scene in it? Because I think that Superman Returns got one of its IMAX scenes converted into 3D, but it was only available in IMAX. Let's see. There's a great list. I thought that said Matrix 3D. Wait. There was a list and I can't find it now. 2008 3D films, yeah. It was like a comprehensive list. Okay, here it is. Yeah, here it is. 20 minutes of footage were converted to 3D in post-production. There's a CG compilation called Cyberworld in 3D IMAX. I've heard of Cyberworld. I wish I need to get some more IMAX 3D documentaries. What would be really cool, this is like a pipe dream, but what would be really cool is to be able to get my hands on some of these. Well, one, I would like to get Shrek, The Ghost of Lord Farquaad as a 3D Blu-ray. I'd like to get a lot of 3D theme park ride movies on 3D Blu-ray. I think that would be a cool release. It'd be such a limited market, but it would be cool to see some of these 3D tests. Now, when you say these 3D tests, were these tests like being converted into 3D, or were they natively being rendered? Truly a render. Yeah, Ants would actually be a good 3D release. Since everything's like so small, you can use the 3D to help make the world feel larger. They're actually on Blu-ray 3D. Oh, wait. Wish I could find 2028. They have all the way up to 2028. Short films. Look at them. Wow, Avatar 5. Would you happen to know if Avatar 2 will be getting an IMAX 3D release? Because IMAX is like, wait, the Willy Wonka movie's getting a 3D release? Okay, it's weird. Because at least here in the States, at least here in Northern Virginia, apparently IMAX has dropped support for 3D, which is really a shame because IMAX 3D is like Premiere. Now I just go see stuff in 3D 4DX, which has been a lot of fun. I saw Spider-Man No Way Home in 3D 4DX, and it was just... I can't wait for the new Puss in Boots movie. It's gonna be great. The 3D in Puss in Boots was fantastic. It's always fantastic. Filmed in 2D, digital 3D, turning red. Oh yeah. Another movie that I would love to get a 3D conversion on would be Tron. The original Tron. Filmed in 2D, filmed in 2D. Stereotech 3D rig. Iron Mask? I've never heard of it. Shrek the Third flushed away eternally as a way to show what could be done. Oh. So you took the initiative to go ahead and show them how you could do it. Alright, I got you. Just kind of strange that they would like bring you in and then not do anything. Also release an IMAX 3D. This is a shame. I would really love to get this movie in 3D Blu-ray. Can we actually do that? Luca 3D Blu-ray. I cannot. Ah, man, but there's literally a credit for a stereo supervisor for Luca. And they're like, nah. This one, F9 was not released in 3D in the States. Jungle Cruise was a good 3D movie, but no 3D Blu-ray. Free Guy I ended up missing. They just aren't advertising. Converted from monoscopic 2D to 3D. Okay, this definitely didn't get a 3D release in the States. I was kind of surprised that the new James Bond got a 3D release. That was really good in 3D. Dune, pretty okay 3D. Ron's Gone Wrong, converted. See, here's the thing. Why are some 2D animated movie or some CG animated movies being converted to 3D? Is it like getting to the point where 3D conversions are just so much cheaper than rendering it out in 3D that they just like it's cheaper and faster? It's hard to do some tests and get flushed away initially. Spider-Man. Matrix Resurrect. Matrix Resurrections was shot in 3D? No way. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Always. I had no idea. If why would they go through the why would they go through the trouble of shooting this movie in 3D and then not release it like that? Weird. Anyway, I think it's wonderful that we got all the Shrek movies in 3D. It's a solid film series, solid 3D conversions. I think the Shrek series lends itself well for 3D, and Shrek Forever After is fantastic in 3D. I still remember that movie. It's just a fantastic movie in general, and it's such a high note to leave the series on. You're building the 3D rendering pipeline for animation, so I guess some productions just converted to... That's true. I believe the studio that made the Addams Family just got underway, and Locksmith Studios, which made Ron's Gone Wrong, literally just got created. But I think the rumor on the street is that Locksmith, I think it's called Locksmith, they... Let me see if I can... Let's see. Locksmith was made up of ex-Blue Sky employees. D-Neg. Oh wow, they've been around since 1998. Encanto. I saw Encanto in 3D. That was a good 3D movie. Sing 2, which I probably won't get to see in 3D because AMC isn't showing it. Wait, Kingsman was a 3D movie? There's so many of these movies aren't coming out in 3D, at least where I'm at. Like Kingsman, no 3D. Matrix, no 3D. I don't think Rumble's gonna get a 3D release. Ron's Gone Wrong didn't come out in 3D. Addams Family 2 didn't come out. Boss Baby didn't come out in 3D. F9 didn't. Mitchell's vs. Machines didn't. Peter Rabbit 2? All this stuff is news to me. That didn't get a 3D release here. Where are these movies coming out in 3D? I'm just gonna move there. Wish Dragon. That was a Netflix movie. Oh well. Well. As I've said like a billion times, as long as the tools are there and people understand how to use the format, we're gonna keep seeing 3D movies. I mean, it's not even really slowed down. Look how many movies next year are coming out in 3D. Look how many movies the year after that are coming out in 3D, supposedly. Some of these movies might not come out in 3D in the States. sadly. Oh, we're getting another Mission Impossible. The Mission Impossible 6 in 3D was good. I have not seen any advertisements for Uncharted to be being in 3D. Oh, I got you. Converted for China. I remember, I think back in like 2020, they said they were converting Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for 3D. I just wish I could like have a way to like get that content here because I would love to see it. I bet Uncharted would be really good in 3D. The only movies we get in 3D are like Disney movies now. Sometimes Warner Brothers, because Warner did release Godzilla vs. Kong, which I was really surprised that we actually got a 3D Blu-ray for that I didn't have to order online. This one right there. I mean, I've already made a 3D review on this movie. It's so weird. It's just weird the way they're distributing the 3D movies now. It's just all over the place. They can't decide what they want to do. It's like if you're gonna release it in China or like a specific country, then that's fine. I get that. But like have like a limited release window or like a limited availability for other territories just because I can say from personal experience, every single showing we had of Spider-Man No Way Home in 3D sold out. So people are still showing up to see 3D movies. I actually had a guy come in with his daughter to see Encanto in 3D, and he's like, the only reason I go to a movie theater is to see 3D movies. So people still want it. I just don't understand. I get it, it's money reasons. Most people don't care, but like I said, No Way Home did really well in 3D. A lot of people came out to see that. It could have just been a lot of people that didn't care and they just wanted to see the movie and it didn't matter how. Oh well. It just continues. Space dogs return to Earth. Well, they're not really space dogs, are they, if they're coming back to Earth? Mulan. Oh man, I remember seeing a 3D trailer for this on YouTube. The 3D in this movie looked really nice. And then it didn't release in 3D in the US. I might have actually shown up to see that in 3D, but we didn't. Trolls World Tour. Doolittle. Doolittle was not released in 3D in the US. Crudes. Monster Hunter not released in 3D in the US. Yeah, also released IMAX 3D in China, the Netherlands, and Japan. I'm gonna move countries. I'm gonna move to China just so I can get all the stuff. I missed out on Eternals in 3D. I saw Eternals with my friend and he ended up falling asleep through the whole movie. Hey, Vum.ong. Thank you for that, bro. I will be reporting you shortly for being a mod. Or for being a... not a mod, being a... Okay, there really isn't a report for being a bot thing. I've gotten completely off topic. Shrek 3D, of course I recommend it. I mean, it's Shrek. I've had it on VHS, DVD, 3D Blu-ray, the premier way to see the movie, in my opinion. It just transcends all formats, and I believe it's getting a 4K release as well. I bet this movie in 4K looks nice. See you, man. I really appreciate you showing up. Yeah, you have a great day. I think I'm gonna wrap it up though. It's been a good talk. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I kind of rambled for a lot of it. But next Monday, or no, hopefully this Thursday I'll have like a life update video. Next Monday, Shrek 2. So watch Shrek 2 again in preparation for that. Then Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After. Let me go back here and yeah.
given thing. But the more I gave, the less I got. Oh yeah. What's the use of trying? My mind. I'm a believer.
Everything looks bad.